The question of evil is deeply human. It touches every heart at some point. We see suffering in the world. We experience pain in our own lives. This can be very hard to understand. It makes us ask profound questions. Why do bad things happen to good people? This is a question that echoes through time. It challenges our faith in a loving God. If God is all good, he must want to stop evil. If God is all powerful, he must be able to stop evil. So, why does evil still exist? This is the core of the dilemma. Philosophers and theologians have pondered it. Many people find this the hardest question. The Catholic Church does not ignore this. It does not offer simplistic answers. Instead, it delves deep into this mystery. The Church provides profound insights. These insights come from God's revelation. They also come from centuries of thought. We seek to understand, not to explain away. This is our starting point for understanding. How does Catholic teaching define evil? This is a very important starting point. Evil is not a thing God created. God did not make some force called evil. This might surprise some people. It is a fundamental concept for us. Evil is not a co-equal power to good. It does not have its own independent existence. It is not a dark God fighting a good God. That is not the Christian understanding. So, what is evil then, if not a creation? Evil is understood as a privation. This means it is an absence of good. A good that should be there is missing. Think of darkness, for example. Darkness is not a thing itself, it is simply the absence of light. Similarly, sickness is the absence of health. Blindness is the absence of sight. Evil works in a similar way. God created everything that exists, and everything God created is good. Now let us consider moral evil. Moral evil is the evil we choose. It comes from the deliberate actions of human beings. Sins are the most common examples. Things like lying, stealing, hatred, and violence. These actions cause immense suffering. They damage ourselves and others. They break our relationship with God. This kind of evil is all too common. We see its effects everywhere in history. God gave angels and humans a profound gift. This gift is called free will. Free will is the ability to choose. It allows us to choose good. More importantly, it allows us to choose love. True love cannot be forced. It must be freely given and received. God desired creatures who could love him freely, and love one another freely. This capacity for love is precious. However, this gift of freedom comes with a risk. A very serious risk indeed. Beyond moral evil, there is physical evil. What do we mean by physical evil? These are things like natural disasters, earthquakes, hurricanes, and floods. It also includes diseases and physical decay, and ultimately, physical death itself. These are not directly caused by a specific sin, not in the way stealing is caused by a choice. They are part of the natural world's processes. They bring much suffering and fear. Catholic teaching connects physical evil to the fall. The world as we know it is a fallen world. The original harmony of creation was disrupted. This disruption was a consequence of sin. When humanity turned from God, creation itself was affected. St. Paul speaks of this in his letter to the Romans. He says that creation was subjected to futility. He writes that creation groans in labor pains. This indicates a world not yet perfected, a world experiencing imperfection and suffering. God did not intend for creation to be this way. The original plan was one of harmony. Harmony between God and humanity, harmony between humans themselves, and harmony with the natural world. God's power is greater than any evil. His wisdom can work in mysterious ways. He is able to bring good out of evil. This does not mean evil itself becomes good. Evil remains evil, a lack of good. But God can use the occasion of evil. He can weave it into a larger tapestry, a tapestry that ultimately reveals His goodness. This is a profound truth of our faith. It is a source of immense hope. The cross of Jesus Christ is the supreme example. Consider what happened on Good Friday. The crucifixion was a horrific act. It involved betrayal, injustice, and cruelty. It was an instrument of terrible torture. It was the ultimate display of human sin. From a human perspective, it seemed like evil won. The Son of God was killed. Darkness seemed to reign supreme. His disciples were scattered and afraid. Yet through this horrendous act of evil, God worked. He brought about the greatest possible good, the salvation of the entire human race. Through Jesus' death and resurrection, we are saved. Suffering in itself is not a good thing. God does not desire us to suffer for suffering's sake. However, suffering can have a purpose. It can have a redemptive and sanctifying role. This means it can purify us. It can help us to grow in holiness. It can draw us much closer to God. This is a difficult but important teaching. It is a mystery we enter with reverence. It requires us to look beyond the pain. Many saints show us this path. They experience profound suffering in their lives. Think of Saint Therese of Lisieux. She endured physical illness and spiritual trials. Yet her little way showed deep love. Consider Saint John Paul II. He faced assassination attempts and Parkinson's disease. His public suffering was a witness. Their faith was not destroyed by suffering. Instead, it was often deepened and refined. Suffering can teach us valuable lessons. It can strip away our pride and self-reliance. It can help us to develop empathy. When we suffer, we understand others' pain better. It can detach us from fleeting worldly things. It makes us long for what truly lasts. It prompts us to rely more fully on God. Our human understanding is limited. We see only a tiny fragment of reality. We are like people looking at a vast tapestry. But we only see a few threads on the underside. We cannot grasp the full design. We do not always understand God's ways. Why He allows certain things to happen. This requires great humility from us. We must acknowledge what we do not know. Our perspective is finite and flawed. God, on the other hand, sees everything. He sees the complete picture, the full tapestry. He sees the beginning from the end. He knows how all things fit together. As St. Paul says, we know that all things work together for good for those who love God. This does not mean all things are good in themselves, but God can make them serve His good purpose. We must trust in His infinite wisdom. His ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. Ultimately, Jesus Christ is the answer to the problem of evil and suffering. He did not offer a philosophical treatise from afar. He did not explain suffering away. If you like this video, then check out this video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Catholic insights.